Hello everyone. So our next topic would be realization of the bill. Sir, what is the meaning of realization? Realization is nothing but when the bill is presented for payment to the drawee, if the drawee makes the payment on the bill, that is nothing but realization of bill. That is nothing but on the due date, if the amount is paid, on the due date, if the amount is paid, it is nothing but the realization of bill, payment of the amount on the bill. So now let us understand here. Realization of a bill, A, holding till the due date, realization of a bill when it is holding till the due date, that means drawer is holding the bill till the due date and the amount was realized. Case 1. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to record the journal entries. So what are the journal entries? What are the journal entries in the books of drawer and drawee in case of realization of a bill when the bill was holding till the when the drawer is holding the bill till the due date, when the bill was discounted with the banker, what are the journal entries in the books of drawer and drawee upon realization of a bill if it is endorsed or endorsement? What are the journal entries in the books of drawer and drawee upon sending the bills for collection, bills sent for collection? Yes or no? So realization of a bill when the bill is realization of a bill upon holding the bill till the due date, realization of a bill if it was discounted with the banker, realization of a bill if it was endorsed to the endorsee, realization of a bill if the bill was sent for collection. So what we are supposed to do, sir? We are supposed to record the journal entries in the books of various parties, that is drawer and drawee. Yes or no? So the journal entries in the books of drawer and drawee in case of holding till the due date, bills discounted, endorsement and bill sent for collection. Now transaction in the books of drawer in the books of drawee. Yes or no? Now, so your amount column, amount column. Amount column. So now let us take an example. Let's say we have Mr. A who sold goods to Mr. B. Let's take 10,000 as our sales value. So let's say Mr. A sold goods on 1/1/2021 and he gave a credit period of 3 months. So upon allowing 3 months of credit, so then the date would be 1/4/2021 and if we add 3 plus days as grace, the due date would be 4/4/2021. Yes or no? So this 4/4/2021 is nothing but your due date. Now let's continue. Holding till the due date and the amount was realized. So that means Mr. A is holding the bill till 4/4/2021. That is nothing but your due date. And on the due date, Mr. B paid the amount to Mr. A. That is your drawer. What is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be what is the journal entry? We are supposed to record the journal entries in the books of drawer and drawee. So your first option would be holding till the due date. Holding till the due date and the amount was realized. That means Mr. Drawer received the amount. So in that case, what is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be, as he is receiving the cash account debit to bills receivable account. Yes or no? So what is the journal entry? Cash account debit to bills receivable accounts. How much was the amount of bill, sir? The amount on the bill would be 10,000 rupees debit, 10,000 rupees credit. Now let's continue. So what is the journal entry in the books of drawee upon payment of 10,000 rupees on the bill? What is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be, what is the journal entry? The journal entry would be bills payable account debit to cash account. So he is paying the cash on the bill. So how much was the amount, sir? The amount would be 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Holding till the due date and the amount was realized. That means drawee paid the amount. Next one. Your next option would be the bills was discounted with the banker. The bill was discounted with the banker and the bill was and the amount was paid on the due date. So let us understand with a simple example. Let's say we have Mr. A and Mr. B. So he sold goods worth of rupees 10,000 and he raised a bill of 10,000 rupees. So as Mr. A is in need of money, let us assume, so he has a discounted with the banker. He has a discounted with the banker for 9,500 rupees of amount. Yes or no? So this 9,500 rupees was already received by Mr. A. That means SBI paid the amount to Mr. A already. So who is holding the bill now? Mr. SBI is holding the bill. Upon discounting the bill with the banker by Mr. A, SBI is holding the bill now. Yes or no? Now, on the due date of 4/4/2021, Mr. SBI would be approaching Mr. B for the payment of money on the bill. Yes or no? Not Mr. A. Because SBI is having the bill. SBI is holding the bill. So now, on due date, that means on 4/4/2021, SBI is approaching Mr. B and Mr. B is paying the amount to SBI. Are you getting the logic? On 4/4/2021, that is nothing but due date, SBI is approaching Mr. B and Mr. B paid the amount to SBI. Was it affecting Mr. A? No. Because B is paying, SBI is receiving. Yes or no? So what is the journal entry in the books of drawer? What is the journal entry in the books of drawer? Upon realization of a bill which was already discounted with the banker. What is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be No entry, because he has already received the bill, received the money on the bill by discounting. On due date, the banker would be approaching the drawee and the drawee would be paying to the banker. That's it. Now, so what is the journal entry? What is the journal entry in the books of drawee? What is the journal entry in the books of drawee on the due date upon payment? So Mr. B is paying to SBI, yes or no? What is the journal entry in the case of realization, sir? In the case of payment, what is the journal entry? The journal entry would be he is paying 10,000 rupees towards the bill. Mr. B is paying 10,000 rupees towards the bill, yes or no? So what is the journal entry? The journal entry would be bills payable account debit to cash account. He is paying cash. Cash is going out, credited. As you're paying the amount on the bill, the bill would be no more liability to Mr. B. It would be no more a liability, yes or no? So we are cancelling the liability. So how much was the amount, sir? He is paying 10,000 rupees on 10,000 rupees of bill. That's it. Yes or no? Now, so what is the journal entry in the books of bank? What is the journal entry in the books of bank? What is the journal entry in the books of a bank upon realization of a bill which was already discounted? So now on the due date, SBI is receiving money from Mr. B on this bill, yes or no? So what is the journal entry? As SBI is receiving money, so the journal entry would be cash account debit to, instead of bills receivable, there is a special term that is nothing but discounted bills. Discounted bills, that is nothing but your 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Yes or no? So as the bank is receiving 10,000 rupees from Mr. A, cash is debited. So you are receiving this 10,000 on the in the name of your discounted bills, yes or no? So instead of bills receivable, you are recording it in a separate name, that is nothing but your discounted bills account. Next, continue. See, realization of the bill which was endorsed. So that means let us take an example and understand here. Let's say we are having Mr. A who sold goods to Mr. B worth of 10,000 rupees. Now Mr. A is having the bill, and as Mr. A purchased the goods, Mr. A purchased 10,000 worth of goods from Mr. X. So instead of paying cash to Mr. X, Mr. A is giving the bill. So he is transferring the bill to Mr. X. Now, who is holding the bill? Mr. X is holding the bill. Who is holding the bill? Mr. X is holding the bill. So on a due date, that means on due date of 4/4/2021, Mr. X would be approaching Mr. B and Mr. B would be paying to Mr. X. Yes or no? As Mr. X is holding the bills, that means Mr. Endorsee. As endorsee is holding the bill on due date, the endorsee would be approaching the drawee and the drawee would be paying the amount. Was it affecting anything in the books of Mr. A? No, because he is approaching Mr. B and B is paying to Mr. X. Nothing would be affected in the books of drawer in the case of realization of the bill which was endorsed. So what is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be no entry. Yes or no? Now, what is the journal entry in the books of drawee? What is the journal entry in the books of drawee In case of realization, that means in case of payment of money to the endorsee. What is the journal entry in the books of drawee upon payment of money to endorsee? What is the journal entry, sir? What is the journal entry, sir? Bills payable account debit, because he is paying the amount. Because he is paying the amount upon presenting the bill. Yes or no? Now, so bills payable account debit to cash account. He is paying the cash. As cash is going out, we are crediting the cash. And upon payment, the bills payable, which is a liability, would be no more liability to Mr. Drawee, and we are cancelling that liability. Bills payable account debit to cash account. So how much was the bills payable, sir? 10,000 rupees of debit and 10,000 rupees of credit. Yes or no? Next one. What is the last option, sir? What is the last option? Bills sent for collection. And on the due date, the bills were realized. So what is it, sir? Let's take an example and understand here. Let's say we are having Mr. A who sold goods to various parties throughout the year. As he sold to various parties throughout the year, so Mr. A would be having a different drawees, a different due dates. Yes or no? So as Mr. A is having a different drawees and different due dates which he need to be presented to the drawees, so Mr. A would be sending the bills for the purpose of collection. Yes or no? To whom is he sending, sir? He is sending to the bank. The banker would be acting as an agent. Now, who is collecting the bills? SBI, in the name of Mr. A. Are you getting? Mr. SBI would be collecting. So upon due dates, various due dates, SBI would be approaching various different drawees, and the SBI, the banker, would be collecting the amount on behalf of Mr. A. Yes or no? So now, as the bills was realized, what is the journal entry? In the books of drawer? The journal entry would be, as Mr. Drawer would be receiving the money. Banker is not receiving, because the banker is acting as an agent. That's it. He is receiving the money on behalf of Mr. A. So on behalf of the drawer, the banker is acting as an agent. That's it. So if the banker receives, that itself represents Mr. Drawer is receiving. Yes or no? So the journal entry would be cash account debit. Cash account debit to, it could be cash account or it could be bank account. Cash or bank account debit to bills sent for collection account. So your bill sent for collection would be no more an asset, as the amount was already received from that bills. So what is the journal entry, sir? Cash or bank account debit to bills sent for collection account. So the amount would be 10,000 debit, 10,000 credit. Now let us continue. Oh, we forgot to record the journal entry in the books of. After that we can record. So what is the journal entry in the books of drawee? What is the journal entry in the books of drawee upon payment of amounts to the banker who is acting as an agent? So what is the journal entry, sir? The journal entry would be bills payable account debit, to what he is paying, sir? He is paying cash. So the amount would be 10,000. Yes or no? Now, in the books of endorsee, we forgot. So in the books of endorsee, as endorsee would be receiving the money, the journal entry would be cash account debit to bills receivable would be no more an asset. So the journal entry would be cash account debit to bills receivable. So this is nothing but the journal entries in the books of various parties upon realization of the bill. If the drawer is holding till the due date, or if the bill was discounted with the banker, or if it was endorsed, or if it was sent for the purpose of collection. So let us concentrate here. So in the books of drawee, there is a logic here. In the books of drawee, upon payment of bill, whatever could be the situation, so upon payment of money on due date, the journal entry would be bills payable would always be debited. Whatever could be the case, your bills payable would always be debited, because you're cancelling the bills payable. That is nothing but a liability. You're cancelling the liability, and the cash account is always credited because you are paying the cash. On due date, upon payment of money, the journal entry in the books of drawee would be bills payable account debit to cash, whatever could be the case, because on due date he is only liable to pay the amount, and he is paying the amount. The journal entry would be cancellation of bills payable and payment of cash. Whatever could be the case, the journal entry would be bills payable to cash. That's it. Bills payable account debit to cash. So this is about your realization of a bill under various